Good morning, Mark. This is Scott from Siska Incorporated. I'm going to do a little demo video for you on how to change out the different tooling sets that you have ordered. It's not really a lengthy process or quite hard. It may appear that way at first. Until you do it a couple times, it'll get easier each way. But I'm here to show you how to remove, install, and set up. Right now the machine has your number 2 tools in there, which is the 3/8 hole. And I figure because this tooling set will be staying together, as to the bigger the diameter of the bottom die, with your number 4, you'll actually need a bigger holder. So you will have to remove the entire holder and the die out of the arm. When you go from the 3 to the 4, you could leave this adapter in, and both this tool and your number 3 will both fit in there. So we're going to start with removal and then installation. Now your work plate has been removed, and so has the plexiglass safety guard, so for demonstrative purposes. And it's easier to remove both of these also each time you change the tooling out. Your machine will come with a tool kit, 3 Allen wrenches, and a tapered die removal pin. So what you'll do is you will loosen the Allen screw in the front with the key provided. You will lower the die down a little bit to give yourself room. Lock it back in place. And you will use the tool with the taper end. Put it inside the die. Crack it loose, and the die will unthread. Okay. Next step, you will crack the collar loose on the top. Both the collar and the die both have corresponding holes. Now it's a 3-piece set usually. You'll have your spindle with the spring and the die. Each spring, each spindle, and each tool is all a 3-piece set. They cannot be mismatched, and the springs have to stay with the appropriate spindle, as they are completely different diameters. As you can see, they're relevant to the spindle size. So now we will take your spindle with the spring into the top. I usually start with the collar all the way at the bottom of the tool to give you the most clearance for setup. Put it up on top. You'll bring the collar all the way up to the top, exposing as much of the spindle as you possibly can, because this is what you need to see in order to set up your cutting pressure, which I will demonstrate. You'll thread the new adapter in. Sometimes when they're new they're a little tight, but this also has the holes in it, so you can use your removal tool to thread it in. Okay, I usually start off with the adapter being flush. At that point, you will lock the adapter in. And take your new bottom. Again with the tool. Give it a good shot to lock it in place. Now this is where you basically will start your setup from. Now this is a micro switch here, where when the safety cover comes down, you'll notice that there is a Allen screw in the cover. This actually comes in contact with the roller. So you're going to have to trick the machine when you're setting it up to make it think that that is still on there. So what I do is take a standard rubber band. You'll wrap it around the roller, stretch it closed, bring it over, and wrap it around there. Now it should let the machine actuate. Oh, not enough. That's basically your drop safety. If this drops all the way down and it does not trigger this, it does not let the machine fire. You have to give it a little bit more tension. Now your spindle coming in contact with the bottom tool is what actually sets your cutting pressure for your material. So the spindle works independently of the top tool and independently of the bottom. So in order to set your cutting pressure, you will raise the bottom upward till it starts to get close to the bottom die and the spindle. You're going to raise it up just till it touches, and you're going to stop there. Now to initially test your cutting, as in the directions, they tell you to start off by cutting through just a standard sheet of paper to see where you are. You can see right there I didn't even come close. So right now you will go in 90-degree increments with your hole settings. You will go 1/4 turn. You'll try it again. See, we're almost there. So at that point, I would only give it 45 degrees. That's a good starting point. Now your setting adjustment is done by lowering the top tool to meet the bottom. You never raise the bottom upward to crush the grommet more. This is only for your cutting pressure. So once you think you have it set good in the paper, you will test and make sure it will cut a hole in your material first. All materials are different. It may take a 1/4 turn this way or that way in order for more or less pressure. You can see right there, it didn't really cut even though it went through a sheet of paper. So we will raise this up another 45, just like that. Try it again. There you go, nice clean hole. Cutting pressure set. Lock the die back in. Now we will show you how to adjust your setting pressure. So you can kind of gauge by eye how close the dies are coming together. You can tell right now that there's really a lot of room there. So what you do is you will twist down to basically the thickness of your material. You will raise the collar back up. And again, using your tapered tool, just like that. This die floats, so you never really unlock. This tool will not really spin. Once you get it in the correct position, the collar is what locks these threads and makes the plunger all one unit and make it solid. So let's see what it does with a grommet. Try black one. There we go. And there you go. Still spins a little bit. You can always make it a little bit tighter, depending on your material. At that point, just loosen it. Come down about 1/8 of a turn. Lock it back together. And there you go. There's your setting. Same process you will repeat for putting your number 3 tools in. And remember, always keep them as a 4-piece set. And your number 2s are actually going to be a 5-piece, because you will have to keep that adapter with that set. Hope this was informative. Any questions, please give us a call here, 1-800-393-5381. Thank you.